Are we live now? We should be, actually. Yes, code. Right, I'll open up a VS Code. And we'll go ahead with it. Tetroflow, right. Here we go, here we are, here we have it. Just 1 sec, please. Oh, so it's already there, right? Good. Yeah, so let me pop out the chat for now to make it easier, to make it simpler. Yeah. And here we have it. So I hope you can see it well. Yeah, it looks like this. Yeah. And yeah, so welcome on my new stream. Welcome to my new stream. Yeah, well, let's interrupt it for a sec. Right. Yeah, welcome to a new stream where we're trying to develop the a decent Redis alternative. Table and a transaction from single command. Yeah, also. Oh, it's there. Yeah. Execute panic command execution not implemented yet. Oh, okay. Yes, we have a command. Yeah, and execute. Functions. So yeah. We have a vector. So we have immutable table here. Yes. So transaction commit. Yeah. Error, please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Currently keyframes are not being sent. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wait a second. There's some errors. Output keyframes. Well, I don't know. It seems the count is note that in error was incorrect group of picture sizes. Wow, what? Whoa. Let me just do you hear it? Yeah, you hear it. Yeah, I'm just. Oops, sorry. YouTube. Hey, wait a second. Why isn't the output like 1080p? Wait a second, now it should work. Why isn't the stream 1080p? I don't get it. Why the hell isn't the stream 1080p? Why isn't the stream 1080p? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think that's me. I thought someone's joined, but yeah, that's me from my other account. So yeah, on transaction, stay. Option box, dynamic function. Yeah. Okay. Can I do it? Can I do it? I bet I can. Looks like I can. Um. So. Command. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Some messages from the university. Okay. So there's a transaction. Let's go to the table numbers. And what is a table? A table is it's a string and a box of data. These aren't boxes. I can use it as in a box or what? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Cannot and do compilation time. Yeah. So and a box of dynamic data type, right? Struct table. Yeah, we have a table. Good. Do we actually? What else do we actually need? I don't think there is much more. GitHub slash. Tetroflow. Okay. Let me just look at the old source code in C++. So table at CPP. Yeah, and we have it's just in order or unoriginal. Okay. So first of all, let's implement the copy rate for the table. But okay, wait. Let's make it the. So we have new table, and what does it makes it's just instantiates new. Insert. Let's make it more of a set. Remove. Yeah, iterator, good. We're gonna be needing it. And I mean we can also like put the flush here. Wait, instead of up struct table, yeah, unit table unit. Yeah, data expiry, we'll leave it for now. What else? Yeah, but we're gonna be needing it. And here instead of we're gonna be using table units, right? value. Yeah, let's implement. I think we have to move it then to the other file later. This table unit. Okay, so box dynamic data type. Yeah, let's leave it for now this way. Get. Remove. Yeah, for now we'll leave it like this, and yeah. So what else we can? We have time. We have table units. Yeah, table units. We have a table itself. We have get, remove, set. Yeah. The iterator. Now we have to create a mechanism to copy the table. Yeah. The copy create for so the boxes to the data. So the data in the box is not copied. Instead, the reference is copied. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't want to clone it. I just wanted to turn table unit clone. For what? Copy. I mean, wait, let me ask the ChatGPT or something. Rust. Rust type 1 to yours. In C++ 2 point to all to the same object. This is to increase the speed. I want to use it inside. Another copy. Can I clone it actually? Oops, it's not here. Data.clone, okay. Flow. for table unit. Good. Yeah. DBMS. I have a global PTR to a table. Table is I have a I have starting a transaction. I take a copy of the table and everything to it. Application is speed critical, so I don't want to copy yet all stuff to the main table. Back step. I just instead I just swap the main table pointer to point a table where. Oh, somebody joined. Don't understand Rust. Yeah. That's the same thing. I have exactly the same thing. I have a decent knowledge in C++, and what I'm writing is it's you don't see it, but that's the message I'm currently writing to ChatGPT to explain me how it works, because since it's DBMS, I mean I would love to use pointers. Right, so I have, you know how it works. There is a transaction which starts. At the beginning of the transaction, a copy of the table is done. Then all the stuff is applied to the table. I mean, all the commands or blah blah blah. It's applied to the table. And then what I did in my previous try, I just swapped out the pointers. So there was this global, it's like a Rust. It's a Redis alternative, so there is basically one big table, and I just basically swapped the pointers from and I took I unloaded the old table with deprecated data, and set the global table pointer to the new table where all the stuff, all the commands were applied. If transaction finishes good, if not, it's vice versa. The table where I tried to apply the whole stuff is just dropped, and the original table stays. So basically all the pointer swaps, etc. It was blazingly fast. Yeah, it was really blazingly fast. And in Rust I cannot do it because memory safety, and it's driving me nuts. It's really driving me nuts. I mean, there's only one thing. Yeah, so there's only one thing I really like about Rust. What Rust has definitely better than C++. It's the compiler, and I mean not the bare C compiler, but if you messed up some constructor parameters, instead of giving you the clean example what's exactly wrong, you get like 10 pages of G++ bullshit somewhere. Yeah, and you have to figure it out yourself. And most of the C++ libraries, I mean, you have to rely on std, and most of C++ libraries were done by some kind of fancy cool C++ hackers. Yeah, and aren't unfortunately documented well. But yeah, that's where Rust advantages just end, right? So, but yeah, we had some guys at the university last week, and they told us how nice Rust is, how good it is, and I wanted to kind of try it out. And there are some things which kind of make sense, but yeah, all the namings conventions. I mean, I hate when some language is trying to force on me some naming convention. Like for example, I hate this snake case, which is used in Rust everywhere. In C++, I can just select whatever I want, and yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of missing C++. I mean the modern C++, because I mean, we have to learn like ancient CT. Hello? You OBS just dropped frames, but yeah, I hope it works. Yeah, so we had to learn. We have to still learn some C89 at the university. Yeah, it's also not cool. I mean, yeah, I pre-understand why, so we know how it works. But yeah, kinda C++ and Java, I like them better. Just swap the main table pointer to point the table where all changes were applied. How to do it in Rust, because we have to transfer the ownership, I guess, or something. Yeah, there's this ownership stuff, and I mean, why I finally decided to maybe try to switch to Rust is because I got a bunch of errors with also with C++ vectors, where I tried. What I did is on client disconnect, and client is handled by client object, and on client disconnect, the object removes itself from the object array, and there were some problems, and the application constantly dropped. To get a shared pointer on itself also wasn't always as convenient, but yeah, but I still love C++. I still love C++. So god damn it, some more messages. There isn't which one of the simpler, Java or Rust. Java is the simplest. That's what we learn at the university at the first course. The basic programming begins. Well, we have computer science, but these are the data scientists and AIs. They learn Python, obviously, but yeah, Java is the easiest to learn. It's pretty. I mean, you have to get used to how the also the pointer system works. So in C++, it's pretty easy. You can either everything you like allocate manually, and by manually I mean like I don't think I have to explain it to you, but just normal like data type my var equals or just var. So it's allocated on the stack, and to or a constructor, or you can use new data new data type, or you can allocate it on heap, right? Yeah, it's oh, yeah. See, it's telling me it's Java, the auto-detected Java, and in Java there's so-called primitive data types, like integer, or a string isn't a primitive data type because it can grow or shrink or something, or integer, character, float. They're written small, like they're float and they're float. And this is a primitive data type which is allocated on stack, but this is an object which is allocated on heap. So everything not primitive is allocated on heap, and on stack you just have a reference to this you have you have a address which points to this object in heap, yeah, you, for example, you cannot it's purely object oriented. Yeah, obviously it's Java. You cannot, for example, even compare to object, because like if you're comparing float and float, you're not actually comparing the objects themselves. You aren't comparing this object. You're comparing the value on the stack, which points to this object. And if this is exactly the same object, then it will be true. But if the objects are, I think semantically it's called, so if they contain just the same stuff, but technically are two separated objects on the heap, even if they are exactly the same, it will return false, because because it's comparing the addresses. And by passing an object to some kind of function, you are basically it's all pointer based. So you're passing not the object copy, but the but the pointer to the object, and this is where you have to be careful. So you in C++ you have to explicitly define that there is a I don't want to pass the object itself but a pointer to it. But in Java, if you pass an object, you just automatically pass the pointer to it, and you have a full access to it, and basically to the original object, and you can edit this as much as you want inside a function, and you won't be able to roll back or something. I mean, it can be convenient, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Yeah. So what does it suggest? So yeah, there is there's one more thing I like about Java and Rust. Again, they're concurrent safe, so there is no racing conditions. In Java, you can simply just type synchronized void, and you just make your function synchronized. I wonder why didn't they do it in Rust? Maybe because it's like makes it slower, or depends on the VM. Yeah, that's what I like about Java. But I mean, I use Java to make to write some corporate software. And by corporate software, I mean database. Folder database. So Java, it's easier to create more. First of all, it's faster and more. Of a software with a lot of functions. So there was a system. Unfortunately, I'm not really allowed to talk about. But it's still live. It's still being supported. And I still sometimes look at it to make some updates and so on. And yeah, the point is you can make it pretty fast, especially in some Spring Boot. It's really easy. You can add a lot of function and a lot of pretty robust security mechanisms. I think it took me only like 15 minutes to add a Prometheus monitoring system to it, which is just really fast, and you can build up really, and I mean really huge applications, especially considering there are native bindings to, for example, Apache Kafka, right? All the, yeah, and it can be really fast and really good, but it's not nanosecond fast and sub-millisecond fast because of the because of the potentially unpredictable garbage collector. I mean, you can use you can place your own garbage collector. It's not a big deal, but again, it wasn't the point, right? So it's pretty safe. If you're writing C++, I mean, in the end, it's well, I wrote my first project in C++ because the speed matters the most. Yeah, so it was like really about counting nanoseconds, and I really counted and I collected metrics in nanoseconds. Yeah. But again, and yeah, what I also like about C++ is the native bindings. You can talk natively to the operating system. There's no some goddamn overlay or something, which makes it in many cases much slower. Yeah. So database. Res. Yeah, but I hate the module system in Rust. I hate it. Yeah. Yeah, so well, actually, this was in the Diva and some C++ console programs. Oh yeah, for console programs, we had to use the C++ for. I mean, there were like some stuff in technical analysis. It's like it's like basically a calculus on steroids at the university, but there's some specific calculus. So it's about Turing machines and proving that they are more irrational numbers than Turing machines, and that not all numbers are technically computable. And there was the last week, I think. Yeah, I think it was just the last week where we had an assignment. Since the lecturer, the teacher, he works actually at the university, at the part of university is called Institute of Integrated Circuits and Quantum Computing. So he does something with quantum computing. It's just a coincidence that he teaches basically calculus. And the assignment was to calculate, and not to calculate, but to write a program which is able to store some huge values from some huge qubit values, which could potentially exceed the 64-bit range. So in Java, I mean 64-bit, it's just more than enough for normal tasks, but for some specific tasks, we have to use 128-bit. I mean, there are extended registers at the CPU, but the CPU generally does not support it. So, how? You know, the normal PC's capabilities, they're just it exceeds just normal capabilities. So fortunately in C++ there was some very strict done for also some physics or something purposes, bindings and libraries which splitted the numbers and did some left shifting, right shifting, and made the computation with integers over 64 bits length possible. And this is where some serious C++ really saved my ass. So, but that's yeah, but that's an exception rather than the rule. But yeah. So we created date swap. So I have to install the yeah. What I really do not understand is that C++. Well, I thought I talked to some physicists, and they told me that they're also being taught C++ at the university. Yeah. They were taught C++ at the university, and on the one hand, it makes sense because I mean they're physicists, so they have to be able to calculate something pretty fast. But on the other hand, to get a decent speed from the C++ and not to shoot in your shoot yourself on the leg or something, or in your head, better to say, to make it really work, you have to know this. You have to really understand how it works. And since with I think 1 hour a week of C++, I mean, don't tell me it's that. Oops, that's the wrong code. Please don't tell me it just yeah, it's enough. Because we all know it's not, right? It's not enough to know this C++ to the extent of really writing something where you can really use the advantage of C++ to get the highest speed possible. So you better teach them Python, and you better teach them how to use Python. I mean, it's simpler. It's enough for most of the scientific calculations. But yeah, again, for some reason they decided to I don't know. Yeah. Use the to teach them the C++, and it was a horror for them. Yeah, because they're scientists. Yeah, and the horror for a technician like me is when a physicist, or I mean physicists, right? But when a mathematician tries to tell us how to code or how to develop something, and unfortunately it sometimes happens. It happens. So yeah, pub use. So pub use database. Yeah. So we have this thing here. Actually put out an error or something? Is there an error or something? Database? Yeah, for now let's leave it this way. And let's remove the old handler. Use now it's an error because we have to include the other tables. Mismatch type or what? So data. Yeah. New. We can split it this way. Now we have maybe does it accept the parameter or something? Implement table. New a hash map new? No. It should work. It shouldn't work this way. Default arc table, but it's there's this arc new. Yeah, thanks for the hint. Your Rust compiler. Arc table. Okay. So arc is basically, as I understood it, can I? It's driving me nuts. Disable all never used, or do I have to do it in just GitHub? Why is it disabled? I think I had problems with the GitHub payment. Okay, let's ask it how to disable the never use project. Oh, here I get the answer. Okay. Okay, the main address. Okay. Yeah, it's come on, it's still here. Just cannot suppress the warnings. I mean, I will include I will use the functions earlier, but yeah. So initial table. New initial table and new. Can you? All right. Whatever. If okay. Fine. Table dot load full. Why doesn't work? Arc font construct arc table. Want to work. Yeah, let's continue. So yeah, it's trying to tell us like the found struct arc table and expected struct arc table, and it got the arc table. Table, so it's arc swap. Okay, so yeah, let's copy just like this. Yeah, initial table. Let's just copy the errors. Okay. Yeah, I got some messages again. So yeah, swap single arc table, no double arc. Yeah, I mean arc is again, I think it's a kind of mutex lock or mutex protection on some, I know. Yeah, dude, it's just the same code. Yeah, it's just the same code here. So yeah, alright, new expected struct data. Wait, okay, self. Oh, you can return the self like this? Okay. Oh. Okay. Whatever. Come on. It's just the same code here. Why does it swap? Correct initialization. It's not just arc table because arc swaps or swaps atomic references. Good luck, mate. Yeah. What you're? Yeah, I can explain. So, it's a Redis alternative. So it's a mostly single-threaded key value storage. Because Redis is written in an old C, and I mean not C++, but C, so it has a lot of limitations and security concerns, as I'm afraid, and also it does not have yeah, it does not have a real open source license. It's still a semi-open source because yeah, there are many features they're selling but which aren't there. For example, replication in most cases, Redis is a single point of failure. Yeah, so yeah, it's about replications, as I think. So, yeah, but I think it's the wrong GitHub repo. It's a it's still a C++ version. There is a website you can in the description. You can go to the website. I mean, the main page is yeah, the main page is pretty bad, but I didn't actually spend a lot of time doing it. Oh, it seems that it doesn't work for some reason. Yeah, I think I disabled the server. I needed it for something. Well, I know. Yeah, but it's the C++ version is functional. It's pretty functional now. There's some there are a few people, unfortunately, just a few who are using it. There is even a there's even a Node.js package for it, but again, it will be updated, and yeah, it will be done more robust. I will add a proper web interface to it, a proper replication, and the whole stuff will be open source, obviously. So yeah, that's that's the plan. Yes, so database initial table. Yeah, it's trying to convince me that the code will work, but it will not. Yeah, it will not. Here is the arc table. Okay, so expect to show a struct arc table. Struct database. This way, swap the table pointer. Yeah, and the ChatGPT is trying to convince me that the code works, and I'm giving him like the code that look, these are the errors. There's no way the code works, and it's telling me, oh no, try it, try this and this and this and this and this, and then saying like it's just the same. But no, it's not. No, I mean, and you should try this. I removed this two spaces here and added a new line here. So it seems that it looks like there's a totally new thing. Achieve this shared ownership, this org, atomic reference counting, yeah, or C, non-thread safe reference counting. Okay, but we need to be thread safe. To ensure mutability and allow swapping pointers you described, you can use arc mutext or arc rewrite log t. Here's how you can implement it for a table struct. So yep, we have a main table here, which is arc swap. Yeah, I guess we don't need it anymore. We use the yeah, a hash map and oops, this stuff over here. So table main table arc mutex table. Yeah, sounds good. Seems good. Oops, sorry. I'm just yeah, trying to sometimes look at the phone whether I got maybe something important. Yes, so we have a new So table new. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Let's try to return database. Using structure effects. Huh? Yeah. So it's created a new table. Just create a new table. Start transaction. Arc.clone. So create a new arc mutex table for the transaction. Well, let's fan. Wait. Create table. Copy. Clone. Nope. Why? Oh yeah. I don't want to return the table, but an arc mutex table. And yeah, it's just a table here. Yeah. Yeah, and I actually want to. It kind of feels a bit messed up. Not using the return statement, just having the last statement return. Yeah, it looks like it kind of messes up the code a bit. So and apply transaction. Yeah, and this is what I'm taking over. So main table. So it's locked. Main table locked is equals to new table. So this part, this thing here, yeah. So it makes basically a point change. Main is equals to new table. Mutex card. Yeah. So it locks. Yeah. That seems good. And it just swaps the mutex, and the mutex, since the mutex contains the address and the address is swapped, so the tables are swapped. Yeah. Can I actually table mutex? Can I actually move it? I want the database itself to be handling the table, but rather than the real table. So let's move, for example, it and use here arc mutex a hash map. Okay. Yeah. Hello. What's wrong with you? Come on. Let's see. Syntax error. Let's even split it. Arc. Mutex. A hash map. Yeah, and the mutex ends here. lines here. Good. So this seems fine. Oh. Table, yeah, table here. And since it's already protected, table new. Cargo run. At the AI run grid. So correct, you need to remove extra angle brackets. Oh, well, maybe, I don't know. Okay, abstract table unit. Yeah, there is some struct, which I will, yeah, it was somewhere on top. Yeah, I mean, how? Yeah. Okay, database, there's a table, we're creating a table. So, public function, so after data, std mem use std.mem swap xy. Swaps the values to commutable location without deinitializing either one. You have to swap with a default or dummy. And then deinitialize. So the data on the other table is freed, I guess. Oh yeah, or it's just wait, or it's just swapped, and the other data will be automatically unloaded, I guess, when the lifetime's over. Yeah, yeah. At least I hope so. So we have to we have this swapping mechanism of the table, and yeah, I mean we have a clean. Yeah. Yeah. So let's move it just there. Yeah. Oops. Sorry. I have to check out the Discord for a sec. This one. Fuck! I have two Discords installed, and I do not know which one's the right one, the working one.